What's up, guys? My name is Zach Sharp and I am the owner of this 2022 Mark V Supra. Cut to the intro. So anyway, I want to make a video. I've had this car for a little over a year. That's 19,000 miles, and there's a lot of questions out there because these cars are so new. What's it like owning it for a year? Would you buy it again? What are your overall thoughts on the car itself? First and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and just address the internet memes. Okay, but Toyota, BMW, Toyota, BMW, BMW stupid, BMW stupid. We know, bro. We know it's a BMW. Nobody bought this car. You make that comment, and then we all go, "What? I didn't know that." No, we knew that. We knew that. BMW partnered with Toyota because Toyota did not have the things that they wanted to make this car, and BMW happened to have everything that they needed. They had a chassis, they had a body, they had an engine, they had an interior, they had all that, and they already designed it. Toyota just came in and said, hey, give us that, and we're going to put our quality control on it, and we're going to make it better. So yeah, we know it's a BMW, okay? All your favorite cars are made by somebody else. The Audi R8 is a half-off Lamborghini Huracan. The Lamborghini Urus is an Audi RS8, okay? Your Aston Martins are Fords. The Escalade is a Tahoe. The Hellcat is a Chrysler. Okay, but there's nothing new about that. All car manufacturers team up with all kinds of different companies to make different cars. So with that being said, just quickly, would you buy this car again? Absolutely. I would buy one every year if I could. Okay, it has been an absolute great machine. Has given me no problems whatsoever. 19,000 miles, no problems. Now I do change the oil every 5,000 miles to keep the turbo nice and lubricated. I know turbos love fresh oil, so I put fresh oil in it just like I should. I do get the question a lot of like how much our oil changes because there's a BMW engine. To be totally honest, I'm not really sure. I just swipe the card. If you're looking to buy a car and your question is how much is maintenance, probably not the car for you yet. That's the most humble way to say that. It's probably not your car just yet. When you buy cars like this, you're gonna pay for oil changes. Gas is more expensive. You burn through it quicker. You burn through tires quicker. That just comes along with owning a car like this. Also have a few different mods going on with the car. It's not tuned or anything like that, but when I did get word that my car was gonna come in, I immediately ordered a ton of stuff. I ordered my wrap, I ordered exhaust, I ordered intake, I ordered downpipe, I ordered all kind of stuff. So I had like $7 grand in parts for a car that I didn't even have yet. It was all at the house waiting for like 2 weeks before I even got the dang car. First, the wrap is it's a gloss lunar rock colored APA vinyl. The wrap shop that did it, they hadn't really worked with that company a ton yet, and this was an experimental thing for them, and the material has held up great. No orange peel. It's not failing, and maybe the failing thing is just good credit to the guys that wrap the car, but it is holding up. The car sits outside just like any other car. It gets driven, it goes across the country with me. It's holding up beautifully. The wrap is over a year old now. Looks like paint, so I can't complain. As far as performance mods go, I ordered an MST intake with the clear top so you can see the filter. I thought that was a subtle touch to it that made it look kind of cool. Does an intake actually do anything for this car? I don't think so. Other than it makes really cool noises and it makes that turbo real loud, I don't think it actually did anything. But I don't regret it because of all the noise that it makes. I also did an Army Tricks catless downpipe. The reason I went with them is because they have what they call the O2 sensor simulator in it, which means you get no check engine lights. And that is true. I don't have a check engine light. Never had one. Okay. It is a more pricier downpipe. Can you get a downpipe for 200 bucks? Absolutely. But me, I like my stuff to look and act as nice as it should be. I don't want check engine lights on my brand new 1,000 mile car. Okay, so I went with the Army Tricks, which I think was 700 or 800 bucks, something like that. And it's holding up great. There's still no check engine lights, and it sounds absolutely amazing. You want this car to sound like a Supra, the downpipe is what you have to do. That's just non-negotiable. The downpipe makes the Supra sound like a Supra. I also did the MagnaFlow exhaust, the X Mod exhaust. So there's no mufflers, no catalytic converters, none of that stuff. It is 3 inches all the way back to the tailpipe. And then I went with the dry carbon tips. Just adds a little touch to make it look nice. So it sounds amazing. It has a great sound to it, and the turbo noises you can hear, and the popping and the banging, if you're into all that, is loud and poppy and bangy. That's it. Now my advice, when you do start looking into exhaust, downpipes and stuff like that, I recommend doing it right the first time and spending the money. I know you're gonna hear that a lot just in general, but I'm so glad that I spent the money on nice parts for this car. The exhaust has the anti-drone technology, so the car does not drone at all. At between 74 and 78 miles an hour, there's a hum, but it's not overbearing. There's just a hum, and then you do 80 and it goes away. Okay, and then all your speeds from 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, you don't even hear the car. Okay, so even with the downpipe, you hear it on the outside, but inside the cabin, you can totally pick up the girl from Tinder, drive her to dinner, and y'all can have a nice conversation on the way there, and she can actually hear you, and she won't have a headache when she goes home because she thinks your car is annoying. Now let's talk about something that is a must. When you go to buy a Supra, whether you're ordering it or you're on your way to buy it, you have to order this. Period. Do not wait. Do not skip out. You have to get these wind deflectors. Okay, because if you do not, when you do 45 mile an hour, maybe even shallower than that, 40 mile an hour, it sounds like a helicopter's in the car, which sucks. Okay, because the car sounds beautiful, and you don't want to have to roll your windows up at 45 mile an hour. Okay, you do this, no more wind noise. It really doesn't even create wind in the car until you're doing like 65, 70, which is really weird because you get in a lot of cars and it's just like a tornado in the car. But this, no, like blocks a lot of your wind noise and just wind in general out of the car, which is super nice. Now, moving on to suspension and tires, it does come with the adaptive suspension, which means when you put it in regular mode, it drives a little bit softer, has a little bit more body roll, makes your rides kind of comfortable. And then you put in sport, stiffens up, takes corners really well. Okay, you're going to come with a good set of Michelin Pilot Sport tires, which stick beautifully. The tires, they do exactly what they're supposed to do. They're great tires. I have lowered the car. I got it on H&R lowering springs. I've been driving on those for a couple thousand miles now. The car drives exactly like it did stock, just a little bit lower. And that's really about it. So the next thing that I did, after about a year of owning the car, I put the Street Hunter wing on the car. Okay? You need to do this. Period. It looks amazing. It makes the Supra look exactly the way that the Supra is supposed to look, because without it, it just looks a little bit too flat. But you add this to it, adds a lot of character and aggressiveness, and it also looks like it came on the car, which to me that means a big deal. I like the OEM Plus look. I went with the carbon fiber wing, okay, and also wrapped the sides. I made a video on that a while back, super quick, not really a great tutorial or anything, but just to give you an idea of what process goes into that. You do have to drill into the bumper, and that's okay. I'm not super scared of that stuff anymore. I was terrified when I did it, but totally worth it. So glad I did that. And I'm also pretty sure my gas mileage went down a little bit whenever I did this. I feel like I burn more gas now. Now, that's the perfect segue to this next part. What is the interior like? It's nice. And like I said, I'm a short king. Okay, so not that bad for me. It doesn't bother me at all. Okay, you get all the cool stuff. I got the red seats. I think you can opt for Alcantara if you don't get a premium, which is cool if you're just going to change out all the seats anyway. But me, I wanted red, so I got red. Okay. The seats are real nice. You got air up bolsters, so everybody can be hugged when they're sitting in your seat. Okay. There's even power seats, so if somebody gets in it, moves the seat around, you can just push a button and it goes back to your original setting. Okay. But if you're looking and you are familiar with BMWs, this is very much a BMW interior. There is nothing Toyota about this other than a badge, which to me is okay because it makes me feel luxurious and it makes me feel bougie. And when people get in, they think the car is way more expensive than it actually was, which in my book is pretty dope. You can see, not a lot of room, and that's okay. And I'm fine with that. Now, is there anywhere to put anything in here? No. And for me, that's a great thing. I like to just put stuff places and forget about it. And a car with a ton of storage space will fill up quickly for me because I accidentally keep too much stuff and then I have to do spring cleaning and completely clean out the car. This car, literally nothing. There's 2 cup holders. There's a little thing right here that just has pins and a tire pressure gauge. I keep my sunglasses there. And that's it. And then you get a little space right here underneath the dash where I keep my wallet. And that's it. Nothing can fit in this car. So, travel light, which for me is beautiful because I don't like to hang on to stuff. So, not a ton of room to just accidentally keep things. And that's really about it. Now, I mentioned that I travel a lot in this car. Once a year, I drive to Missouri from Louisiana to go to work. So yes, this car this last year drove from southeast Louisiana all the way to Kansas City, Missouri. Okay, so what is that like? It's exactly what you would think driving in a sports car 800 miles is like. Okay, it's small and it's bumpy. But other than that, it does exactly what it needs to do all the way up until I get to where I'm going. Now, as far as storage space goes, it is a true 2-seater. So there's no room for anything whatsoever. There's no back seat, nothing like that. There's just a trunk, and the trunk is just big enough for me to put 2 suitcases with my clothes, my gym bag, and my Segway. That's all you can comfortably fit in this car, and that's all you're gonna get out of this. And if you're okay with that, you're fine. I know you see me sitting here, we're at eye level, and looking at these windows, very small, or it's not a very big window. Whenever you're sitting here, all you can see is left. So if you want to pull up to your Burger King to order something, that menu is up there, man. You got to do this number right here. Right? And whenever you go to pay for it, you're going to be out the car. And when somebody walks up to the car and talks to you about the car, because it happens all the time, you gotta stick your head out the door. That's the only way you're going to be able to communicate. Because once you're sitting in here, you don't see anything. Anything in this vicinity is cut off. I can't even see my hand doing this right now. So that's really about it. I'm not going to do a ton more to the car. It's probably going to stay like this for a little while longer, other than some little stuff that I'm going to add here and there. And y'all are going to follow along with that on my channel. If you like, please do. Because I need to be monetized to pay for some of this stuff. Overall, would I buy this car again? Absolutely. I would buy it over and over again. As far as I'm concerned, dream car. And if you're scared about reliability, stuff like that, no issues whatsoever. It is very much a BMW, but it is very much Toyota's quality control. Toyota would never put their name on something that's going to tarnish their reputation of being the longest lasting, best vehicles on the road. So it's the best of all those worlds. You get the performance and the technology of BMW, but you're getting Toyota's quality control and reliability here. So 10 out of 10. This car's amazing. And then everywhere you go, everyone stops and has to ask you about it. They take pictures. They walk up to you and they go, "Is that a Supra?" All that stuff, and I love it. If you're into it, getting attention like me, this is where you're gonna get it. It's just absolute eye catcher. I've almost caused wrecks before. I was driving down the interstate one time and a vet was too worried about me and almost rear-ended somebody in traffic one time. Great car for getting attention. If you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, please feel free to message me, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all that cool stuff. I love to talk about the car, and I love to share my experiences with it. So make sure you follow me on all those socials, and follow me on here. So until the next one, I hope this helped you out. Have a blessed rest of your day, and go kill all your goals and mod your cars.